Hi, my name is Johanna Figueroa, and I'm a junior studying social work at George Mason University. I'm from the Dominican Republic. I moved to the US when I was 4 with my mom and younger brother. My family moved there in search of a better life, especially better educational opportunities. When my mom moved there, she thought that all schools were good, since the US is a developed country. But what my mom did not know when she moved there was that many times one's socioeconomic status, the neighborhood one lives in, one's race, and an ability to speak English can hinder one from receiving a decent education. I thought that I went to a good public elementary school. My only problem with my school was that I noticed that they had an inadequate program for ESL students. I regularly missed my math class in order to attend ESL class. Therefore, sometimes I would be tested on concepts that I wasn't even in class to learn. For my middle school, my mom decided to enroll my brother and I in a Catholic school. We took the placement exams and did poorly on both the language arts and the math sections. Therefore, we had to attend summer school. This is when I noticed how far behind I was in school. I thought that the biggest problem was that I spent a couple of years missing math class. But the problem was beyond that. My writing was also horrible. Therefore, Catholic school was a huge adjustment for me, especially the first year since I was so far behind. However, I am very appreciative that I got to attend this school because even though the students in the school were also low income and Hispanic, the difference between this school and my elementary school was that we were always challenged. I plan on attending a Catholic high school, however, this is going to be very costly for my family. I didn't want to go to my neighborhood high school because it had a 50% graduation rate. Therefore, I ended up applying to a new charter school that had a classical English focus. This turned out to be a great option for me with challenging courses and small classes. Since about the fourth grade, my dream was to become a WNBA basketball player. However, I also dreamed of being the first in my family to attend college. The summer after I graduated high school, I was a camp counselor at a DC Boys and Girls Club. It struck me when I realized all of my students' dreams were to become athletes, artists, and they wanted to be successful through a means that did not require a degree. I began to see how similar I was to them. In high school, if someone were to ask me why I did so well in school, I would have said so that I can have good grades in order to be recruited to play college basketball. I would not have responded saying what major interested me or what schools interested me. Although this was my dream to become a basketball player, I was very saddened to hear that none of my kids in my camp that I worked in, they had dreams of attending college. Because even though I wanted to play professional basketball, I still wanted to go to college and knew that college is a means of playing professional basketball. I realized how privileged and appreciative I was because I had people to inspire and motivate me to go to college. And unfortunately, not everyone has this. For my community service hours in high school, I volunteered Saturday mornings with an organization that allowed volunteers to lead basketball drills with children with disabilities. This was so rewarding for me since I realized that I would be able to do community service combining with my passion for sports. Putting all my experiences into perspective, especially my elementary experience, transition into middle school, my aspirations, how they changed, and finally seeing all the aspirations that my summer camp students had made me realize that I wanted to become a social worker, school counselor, or ESL teacher. In the future, I would want to help youth see their potential even when in society their teachers and family do not. I realized that the only difference between my elementary school and both my middle school and high school were that my teachers in my middle school and high school always challenged us. It was like all the environmental and socioeconomic obstacles that my classmates and I faced were transparent to them. They always challenged us and we always felt motivated to succeed their challenges. The summer after my sophomore year in college, I decided to volunteer with the Dominican Republic Education Mentoring Program. I was an academic assistant at an academic summer camp in a low-income community. This was a rewarding experience for me because although I left the Dominican Republic to move to the US 15 years ago, I had not witnessed so much poverty and income disparity. Before the beginning of the camp, I knew that my students were up to three math and reading levels below average. But I didn't know before volunteering with Dream was the engagement, potential, and willingness to learn and to be challenged that these children had. Being able to see their academic and personal improvement, regardless of what their exam scores were, was so rewarding for me. Through my social work junior service learning practicum this past fall, I taught ESL and also helped sixth graders with homework help at a community center in Fairfax, Virginia. Although this was required for me for fall semester, I still continue this semester teaching ESL as well as helping with homework help 2 days a week. I can see myself in the students that I tutor, the students that I have worked with in both summer camps in DC and in the Dominican Republic, as well as the students with disabilities that I play basketball with. I think that these children don't have enough people that are transparent to the obstacles that they face or there may be a language barrier, family issues, financial barriers, or disability, and still continue to challenge them every day and set high expectations for them, so that these students will want to reach these expectations. Because if no one has expectations for them, this may in turn cause them to believe that no one believes in them and their success. Who would want to excel if this was the case? My own educational experiences, as well as my jobs and volunteer experiences, have inspired me to, in the future, work with youth either as a school social worker, school counselor, or ESL teacher, working with students in low income communities. Thank you.